Hey guys, it's Malika T. Holloway here, your brand communications specialist, and I teach, coach, and train small business owners and entrepreneurs how to clearly articulate who they are and what they do so that they can attract their ideal clients and customers. Okay? So, I am so glad to be here with you today because number one, we are covering one of my most favorite topics, gaining media attention. All right, just a little quick background on me. So, I launched my business in communications in 2014 officially. That means I got legit, did all the paperwork and all that good stuff with the state of Alabama. But in 2015, I started to take myself and my business seriously, and I'm so glad I did. Something happened in 2015 that forced me to take myself clearly, and that was my business took off before I did. Now, what do I mean by that? That means I was not prepared. I didn't have a website. I didn't have a professional email. I didn't have professional pictures. I had nothing. But all of a sudden, people were calling and emailing me, asking me to help them. And I had nothing. And I was panicking. So I actually co-authored a book with 19 other women. We were all telling bits and pieces about our life story. And I talked about how my story basically helped me find my passion or my purpose, what I'm supposed to be doing in life. And so when people read my story and they interacted with me on social media, they were like, hey, I need you to help me. Y'all, I did not know what I was doing. I had no clue. And I was like, oh, I better go get a certification. So I did get my coaching certification, and I just did what I knew. I did what came natural to me, and that was connecting with people, pulling things out of people that they didn't know that they had already. And so with that, I've been able to position myself as a specialist in communications. I listen to what people say, and based on what you say, I help you build and construct your brand, okay? And so I don't want to take too much of your time. If you want to hear anything else about me and all my many facets of what I do, trust me, you can find me online, and we're going to get into that at the omg.biz, okay? So let's get it kicking. Like I said, 2015, my business took off before I did, and I had been chased down with people calling and inboxing me, asking me, "Hey, can I interview you? I want to interview you for my blog. I want to interview you for this and that." And I'm sitting here like, "Oh my gosh, what do I do?" Like, sure, it's an interview, right? But after the interview, like, what do I do with this information? Like, I don't even have a website yet. And so I learned an art. I learned a strategy. And getting people to reach out to me, and also reaching out to other people so that I can start positioning myself as what I wanted to be known as. And most people know me as a writer. Most people know me as a business coach. Most people know me as a branding coach. Most people know me as a publicist. People know me for everything that I do, but at the end of the day, I'm a communicator. And more, if you take it one step further, I'm a brand communicator. Like, nobody can do that like me. I know that's my gift. That's my talent. And so I just want to share a little bit of my insight with you. This is not even going to be, I'm going to say 15 minutes, okay? This is not even going to be 15 minutes long. I'm going to give you about 20 years of information in this time period, I promise you. And these are things that you can start doing today to start getting your business and brand exposure, okay? Since 2015, I have been on Huffington Post, Black Enterprise, Forbes, Bustle, XO Nicole, Pink, so many like large outlets that I never imagined. I thought, honestly, I was like, it's going to take me probably about 15, 20 years to get to Forbes, to get to Huffington Post. Like, I just knew that because that's the way it is, right? If you know anything about media, that's my lane. I love it. If you know anything about media, overnight success is about 7 years. So when you're able to get connected quicker than that, it's like, wait a minute, what did you do? It's like you invented something new, okay? I'm not doing anything different than what everybody else has been doing. Some stuff is just favor. I can't explain it. But I'm going to give you 5 tips that can give you that boost that you need so that you can start getting that media attention, so you can start building up your credibility, so that you can go after those large clients, those large contracts, get those speaking engagements. Say, hey, I have been on this, so I'm an authority. I know what I'm talking about. It is rare that you'll ever hear me refer to myself as an expert. I think we all have an area of expertise in something, but I really just like to say I'm a specialist. I'm a SME, a subject matter expert. But you'll never just hear me say I'm an expert, because I'm not. I'm still learning. I'm still growing, as I will do until the day I die. And so I'm just going to go ahead and roll out these 5 quick tips for you. My personality is animated, so if I laugh and if I giggle Giggle along with me. Don't let me do it by myself. But get your pens and papers out. And then I do want you to reach out to me and let me know how these tips work for you, okay? Number one, to gain that media attention. Number one, you have to be clear about who you are and what you do. And other people have to be clear about who you are and what you do. Like I said, I do business in so many different lanes. Consulting, coaching, writing, PR. I'm branching out into fashion and design. But guess what people know me for at the end of the day? Business and branding. And of course, writing. It all goes together. I couple all of those things into being a communication specialist. Helping other people hear and see what they don't hear and see, if that makes sense. So when you're clear about who you are and what you have to offer, people will naturally be drawn to you. Because you're letting them know, hey, this is how I can help you. This is why I'm qualified to help you. So being clear about who you are lets people know, hey, this is who I am. These are the pain points that you have. This is why I can help you, and this is why I'm qualified to help you, okay? Now with the media, me just saying, hey, I've been featured in Forbes, to some people, that's everything. To people that have been doing this longer than me, it's probably nothing, even though it's Forbes. Why? Because they're like, all right, yeah, you've been in Forbes, but how does that help me? People want to know how you can help them, how you can alleviate that pain. Yeah, they want to know all the greatness about you because they want to make sure you are who you say you are, but they really want to know at the end of the day, what do you have to offer them? Now, along with that, y'all see how I'm like smiling, I got all this energy? That's me most of the time when I'm not in my sweatpants, but that's me most of the time. And when I talk about something that I know about, when it comes to branding and communications, man, like that's my sweet spot. You woke me up. I'm excited about it. And let me tell you something. You can't be as boring as watching paint dry. To get attention, you got to make some noise. You got to be excited. And people have to see and feel that excitement in what you do. Okay? So that's number one. Be clear about who you are and what you offer. That's how you're going to start getting that attention. Number two, make sure your brand is consistent across all platforms. Listen, if you go to Instagram, you'll find me at Official Malika. If you go to Twitter, you'll find me at Official Malika. If you go to Facebook, you'll find me at Official Malika. If you're looking for my business, you'll find it on Instagram as the_OMG_LLC. If you go to Twitter, you'll find it at the_OMG_LLC. If you go over to Facebook, you'll find it as the OMG LLC. What am I trying to say here? I make it easy for people to find me. If somebody say, hey, that OMG girl, Malika, she can help you. They don't have to say, oh, where do I find her? Oh, shoot, just go to Google. Baby, and I check my Google, like I check the first 3 pages religiously just to make sure when you type in Malika Holloway or Official Malika Group, the right stuff comes up. If you've never tried it, like I'm telling you, go to Google, type in your name, and see what comes up. If you like what you see, and if you have to get to page 10 or 11 before stuff starts getting wacky, you're on the right track. Now you're positioning yourself to gain that media credibility. But if you're on page 1 and it's something that's so far-fetched it has nothing to do with you, then you have some work to do. Google is a part of that platform that keeps you consistent as well. Because everybody goes to Google. Everything is Googleable. Is that a word? I don't know. You have to be Googleable. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay? So that was number 2. Make sure your brand is consistent across all platforms. I wish I could do a 2A, be Googleable. Okay? Number 3. Listen, y'all. And I know that plenty of people have told you all that LinkedIn is where it is, and they ain't lying. Number 3, stop sleeping on LinkedIn and Twitter. A lot of the connections that I've made, a lot of my clients I have gained just from scrolling through and interacting on LinkedIn and tweeting. I retweet. I share stuff. I talk to people. I jump in the DMs. I'm not afraid. If it's an editor or if it's a blogger for a site that I want to get to, I read what they write, and guess what? I find a way to position that story to where it can include me. I give them my opinion. I give them my angle. I do all of that from Twitter. You only have, 140, 160 characters on Twitter? So, baby, you got to be on top of your game. You got to be clear about what it is you're asking these writers and these editors when you're trying to get on their platforms, because they ain't got all day. There are thousands of emails coming into their inboxes on a daily basis with people pitching themselves or pitching them clients, giving them story angles. So guess what? You got to get to it. LinkedIn is lucrative. I'm telling you, that's where your big organizations and your corporations are. People that make decisions, they are on LinkedIn. And they too are always looking for authority figures. So don't sleep on it. I know people saying Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram is like the place, and they are the places to be. But guess what? You have to find the platform that attracts the people that you want and need. Wherever you have the most engagement, that's where you need to be. For me, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. I think Facebook goes without saying, but don't sleep on LinkedIn and Twitter. Like, the decision makers hang out on LinkedIn and Twitter. So you need to make sure that you are there. If you ain't got a Twitter popping right now, get on it. Get on it, I'm telling you. Number 4, your fourth way to gain media attention. And one thing that people try to do, and I'm an advocate for it. I love it. It's one of my principles. I say I'm never meant to be local. I was always meant to go global, in which I have. But this is the thing. When you're starting out, you can't be afraid to start local, then go global. Okay? People always say, you know, the people around you, they don't know what they have until it's gone. Okay, I get it, right? But if you can get on your local news station or get featured in your local newspaper or online publication, that's more credibility that you will build to make some of these larger platforms turn their attention your way. So when you reach out to them, you can say, hey, I was on X, Y, and Z, and this is enough information that you can use to see that I'm legit. I know what I'm talking about. I was on TV here. I was on TV there. Or somebody quoted me over here. And even though it may seem local, it may seem small to you or regional, all of that stuff is what you can use to help build up that national and international platform, okay? Small starts are not bad. For me, it seems like I literally went from nothing to large platform like overnight. And it blew my mind, and it still does. But guess what I even have to do, or I've had to do? Well, since I moved to a new city, I'm having to do it over again. I had to go back and go local. I was in Huntsville, Alabama. Now I'm in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. Guess what? In Huntsville, I was a medium fish in a big pond. In Atlanta, I'm a speck in the ocean. And so I'm having to circle back. And I'm reaching out to some of these smaller publications and these bloggers and other publicists, other business owners, and connecting and collaborating with them and say, hey, I got this, you got that, let's put it together and make some magic happen. Don't be afraid of connecting and collaborating with others who do what you do. Because guess what? Nobody can do what you do like you. And I often say, in most cases, 2 heads are better than one, but in some cases, anything more than one head is a monster. So be mindful of the connections that you make as well. Reach out to people that have been on those platforms, that are local to you. The world is really small. There's somebody you know that's been on a platform that you want to get to. Ask them how they did it. I promise you they'll tell you. Okay? So, start local to go global. That was number 4. Number 5. Listen. Document everything. Okay? I don't care if you are teaching a Sunday school lesson at church. If you got a microphone in your hand and you're standing in front of a crowd, it needs to be a picture taken or a video made. Give somebody your phone and say, hey, can you take a picture of me in front of the crowd, get it from the back so they see the heads of the people in the audience? I'm telling you, perception is everything. And when it comes to trying to get that media attention, what is perceived of you, aka your brand, is everything. It will make or break you. If you have video of you speaking or doing a consultation or working with the client or just being active, if you don't have one, get one. There are ways to do it. But everything you do needs to be documented. Take pictures. Ask for testimonials from people. Like, how was it working with me? How did I speak? Did you learn anything? Ask people that stuff and then ask them, is it okay if I share this as a testimonial? Listen, every single aspect of your day is credibility for you. Every single aspect of what you do is credibility. Not just when you're working with clients, not just if you're group coaching, not just if you're, doing something new with your brand, but just in your day-to-day interactions with people. It's so many times, you guys, I go into places and I never tell people what I do. I just go in and be a fly on the wall, and I have organic, that's key, organic conversations with people, just me being myself. somewhere along the line they go, wait a minute, who are you? Like, what do you do? Like, I need to really know what you do, because you are just dropping all these gems and jewels and you ain't even told me about your business or nothing. Guess what? I don't have to, because when you talk to me, you're going to know, oh, she knows what she's talking about. Like, this is somebody I need to connect with. This is somebody I need to put on. Or they look at me as somebody that can put them on. And if it's value in our conversation and what they do, I will. I have no problem putting anybody on, because it only helps me boost my credibility, right? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to build up your platform, to build up your speakers reel, to build up your brand reel, whatever it is. Don't be afraid. Pull that phone out. Take pictures, make video. Yes, enjoy the moment, live in the moment, but guess what? If it ain't documented, it didn't happen. Document, document, document. And this is your bonus, number 6. This is your bonus. So let me go back over it and then I'm come back to the bonus. Number 1. First way to gain media attention, be clear about who you are and what you have to offer. Number 2, make sure your brand is consistent across all platforms. Number 3, stop sleeping on LinkedIn and Twitter. Number 4, start local to go global. Number 5, if you don't have a picture or video, it didn't happen. So document, document, document. And number 6, my favorite, HARO. We call it HARO in the PR world. What does that mean? Help a reporter out. Listen, I want you to get this. Go to Google and type in HARO. It's free. It's free. There are thousands of journalists, bloggers, editors, all types of people on these platforms looking for go-tos, looking for authority figures, looking for experts, looking for story angles. Every single, probably you get 6 emails a day with new topics that people want. You create that account and you feel like it's something. If it says Forbes is looking for an entrepreneur that just started business within the last 3 years, they want somebody who quit their full-time job to do their business full-time. They want your opinion or they want your expertise. All you got to do, hit reply, boom, that's me. I did it. This is how it happened. This is what I'm doing now. It's been successful. It's been unsuccessful. Hit send. If they want to use you, they'll write you back. Boom, you've been quoted in Forbes. Just that quick. HARO, HARO, is a lifesaver. I've gotten myself and a lot of my clients things just from checking my email and responding. That simple. It's light work. You don't have to think about it. These are hot leads, people that are looking for you. You don't have to look for them, they're looking for you. So I promise you, follow HARO on Twitter, get your free HARO account, and get to working, okay? So I believe that you have learned something valuable today on how to get that media attention. Again, my name is Malika Holloway. You can find me at Official Malika or at The OMG LLC, www.theomg.biz. Please reach out to me and let me know how this training helped you today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm always here. I'm always here. I want you to get that exposure, because why? When you get exposed, you're going to then tell people, Malika taught me that. And it put me on. I hope you all have an amazing day. Go be great. These are things that you can do today. So go do it. Peace.